That's right. It was such a great vacation the first time. We're going back to England.
And it is.
Very charming area.
You need to find a small...
Yeah, this is the one nice location in all of England.
From there, you should be able
The lighthouse keeps the Brits out.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's very, very British for the lighthouse to literally just be 2 burning barrels.
So, this is the level, and we've talked about it before, but this is the level most inspired by Uncharted, I would say.
I can see what you mean by that, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you'll see more of it, and I will say that this game does not necessarily have the same sort of precision detail in creating a good experience in the way that Uncharted does for its platforming.
My friends, you're asking a lot of me to remember anything from an Uncharted game.
Well, let's just say that... Well, let's just say that you will very clearly tell how this is less well built, I would say, for exploration in this style.
So it's less Uncharted, more like the Treasure of Ibn Battuta or whatever that game was called.
Yeah, it's a little more Trail of Ibn Battuta.
Yeah.
It's a little more Adam Venture.
Yeah. I try not to because I think it kind of looks nasty, but like a lot of these ledges just are kind of hard to tell without hitting the button that literally shows you every interactable ledge.
You mean you weren't supposed to jump into the black void on the other end?
You know, it's hard to tell sometimes.
You know, now I'm just imagining how fucked up it would be to see, like, somebody on American Ninja Warrior just, like, jump, like, from a ledge to a higher ledge.
Right. Or
just,
do
like,
this.
spring from, like, a panther.
Yeah. So this is a fun bit. You have to jump off of this ledge. I get really scared because, I had done a run before where I just walked off. I thought it was fine. You just immediately die, even though you hit the same ledge.
She breaks her ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like how so far there seems to be, like, no real concept of, like, depth or, like, length of jump. It's just, you have to guess which part she will magnetize to in order to actually make the jump.
Yeah, that's basically it. And you have to be at the right location for the jump to work. Like, if you do it too early, it knows contextually what you're trying to do, but it says, fuck you.
I just find the way she animates while hanging and, like, moving side to side to be so funny.
No, it's good.
Like, there is, like, zero momentum to it. She is just instantly just, like, she has, like, a 2D pixel art character. It's great.
It was a very nice little Nat Geo kind of moment to include the natural British burning barrel waterfalls in the game.
Yeah, no, this is England in its natural habitat.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you know nature is healing.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, now we've entered, I guess, the dungeon of the Ackers estate.
I think it's a wine cellar.
Maybe. This wine cellar is crazy, though. So here, you have to shoot both of the levers in order to get through, and you can only pull this off if you're doing an action move, and you can only fit under the gate if you specifically do a slide.
Well, it's like, it's like a real, like, nuclear football, sort of scenario. You have to have 2 people there.
Right.
Or else somebody's gonna drink all the wine.
In Britain, they call it nuclear.
That's right, it's true. I also have a lot of issue in this level, even though I've played it multiple times, of just forgetting what I'm supposed to do. Does not signpost particularly well, like how to open the door. And as it turns out, you just gotta shoot that barrel.
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of video games, but you know what, Chirps? I smoke weed, I have an excuse.
It's true. Me, I just also didn't notice that you could shoot this barrel off and it would open the gate, you know?
It is kind of incredible to me how, in a game that is already, like, pretty limited in its color palette, how much all of this looks like just like a flashback vignette of having zero color in any sense. This is the grayest level we have been at so far.
I I wonder if partially a reason why these games were... like, games around this era were designed like that is because everyone was still used to, like, CRTs, which was just, like, a television format that would make you turn blind at 30. It was so bright.
Right.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure it, like, I guess CRTs were still, like, around at the time, so I would totally believe that, you know?
I don't know. I feel like if you played this game on a CRT, like, you wouldn't be able to do anything.
It's possible.
You might be able to navigate the menu.
I definitely remember playing the first Dead Rising on the 360 on a CRT and having to go and get, like, a different composite adapter because literally text could not be read otherwise. We were definitely in a transitory period of what the fuck do we do with higher resolutions.
I was very late to, like, the HD TV, like, party. I played Monster Hunter 3 on my Wii U, and, like, I literally couldn't read any of the text on my TV, so I'd have to read it on the Wii U tablet. That was better.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Speaking of being an Uncharted level, you literally had to shoot that guy about 200 times before he died.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore the guy that I missed, honestly. But this level also a lot of hazards. Those barrels are instant kill if they touch you, no matter how fast or slow they are in the process.
Oh, Ruby's got an allergy.
Yeah, and I lied. I got a headshot on him in the worst way possible. So, a move that's going to come up, and we saw it just a second before, is the human wall run. So, this is a thing that you will basically never pull off in later levels because you will just die from enemies by that point.
Right. It's like, it is just not worth it to get that close to a person.
Yeah, like, it's cool, certainly, that you can run off of a guy and then start shooting him a lot, but, you know.
It really is less of a wall run and more of a bounce off of. I was expecting a little more martial law in this.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, you know, instead of whatever the fuck they called it, why not call it, like, the human trampoline?
Oh, that's good.
You know, that would be pretty good.
There's, like, a bit of whimsy to the term trampoline.
Yeah. See, and these kinds of ideas is, I think, why I need to be hired by game companies. It seems like now, more than ever, we really need ideas, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. There aren't enough ideas going around, for sure.
Like, people are making games and they're just like, I don't know what I'm doing!
Yeah, like, just think about it. Like, this game's pretty cool already, but if you'd had a guy like me to helm, you would just, you know, think, you know, the developers would just make this game more badass, and they would make it more badass, and it would be a better product in the end.
It's true. I think that more games need to follow the idea of making them more good and not more bad.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like is a big, like a big business exec people. You know, people who don't understand games. They're like, what if this was worse? And you gotta tell them, no, it should be better.
I'm just imagining, like, a movie-style, like, fashion montage, but it's, like, a video game developer showing future friend the game builds, and him just, like, shaking his head or giving a thumbs up.
Right, yeah. It's like Say Yes to the Dress, but for video games. There's another move that probably won't come up a lot. If you're running on the wall, you can jump out of it into a slash. It will give you an indicator that you can do that basically all the time, and almost every time it's just lying to you. It has a very specific range that you will not hit a lot of the time if you just try to follow it.
Right, but you could do it.
Right, I have found that in a lot of levels, usually it just leads to me dying faster.
That's my favorite kind of move. One where you're like, can I turn this off, actually?
Yeah. I don't want this to be indicated ever again.
Let's not kid ourselves, let's just get this over with. None of us want to be here anyway. I like how that, the fourth minigun man we have seen so far came out with his arms posed like he looked like a fucked up Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah. But yeah, so you saw the swords around the indicator when we were wall running. That says that theoretically we could have hit him with our sword. Also a bad idea because of his minigun.
Ruby's just like, once you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And like, she gets that new tool and she's like, ooh, I could.
Yeah,
right.
I had genuinely completely forgotten that you had, like, a different gun other than the pistols.
Yeah, I don't use them a lot except for situations where I think the bosses, or mini-bosses in particular, are big benefits from having multiple weapons, because you can kill them faster, because they just sponge.
I do appreciate that all the mooks here look like soccer hooligans.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we are in England, right?
Okay, so here's like a little tip for the game developers. Like Future Friends game design corner here. In England, they say bloody. So he should have said, who the bloody hell are you?
It's true. Anyways, I probably should have fit through that, but I didn't hit the slide button fast enough, so it's time to try a second time.
I would love to see, like, Game Maker's Toolkit, but by Future Friend.
He just looks at, like, mechanics and goes, that's badass, and that's fail, and that's how you decide whether or not they're good or bad.
Escort quests? Pretty cringe.
Yeah, so this part of the level just explodes behind you. I think you are on technically a timer. But yeah.
Sorry, I like the idea of this eventually turning into like fucking tenure, so I'm just there in like a fucking lab coat or whatever professors do, just saying like, the climbing on Uncharted, bit cringe.
Professor Future Friend, you gave me a keck? Is that good, or?
Just year after year, looking progressively more and more disheveled, smelling more and more like weed.
One now. Taste how nice.
Man, maybe being a game design professor does rule. Time to start the YouTube series.
Yeah, I want to look like Chili Dilly when I grow up.
Just doing the Columbo of just looking more and more like someone who has, like, smoked a piece of TNT as a cigar.
Oh, yeah? I mean, okay, let me turn the kayfabe off here for a second. I would not want to look like later Peter Falk in life. Like, at some point in Columbo, you just watch him, and it's sad. It's like they're pulling, like, an old, demented man, like, out into the circus.
Yeah.
They give him, like, a progressively bigger and bigger glass eye throughout the seasons.
Speaking of being in the circus, there was another classic point where the context buttons just make you not do what you want. And so I flew to my...
I was pretty alright with that, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, it's context-sensitive, emphasis on the sensitive.
Right, so I think maybe I hit the A button too fast in order to get back on. It didn't recognize that I wanted to go up instead of just go back on the balcony. This also points to maybe the hardest part about recording this game. So I collected the monkey and immediately died, but it autosaves as soon as you collect a monkey, so I can't show off that I got the monkey without showing off my
your death.
Comical death.
Your epic fail, as it is.
Right, and so just imagine the frustration of thinking, what if I had to re-record the entire game to show off that stupid goddamn monkey?
Oh, you mean like how I do with my LPs?
Right. Could you imagine?
.youtube.com.
Could you imagine? You'd have to be a maroon, an imbecile.
I'm just saying, Chorps. I think if in real life when you got a monkey, like, it autosaves, would save me a lot of trouble in my life.
Right, I know you're a big collector of exotic apes.
Yeah.
They're called NFTs.
Right. And he's constantly getting them taken by the government because he doesn't have an ape license.
You know, it is, like, really disgusting that you need a damn license to have an ape. I mean, will you look at the apes in the White House?
They don't need a license for anything.
Yeah. They can just fling their shit around all they want.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know about monkeys, despite being an owner of several exotic ones.
Right. That's why you have to keep buying them, is just because you don't know how to take care of them.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome to the one time that being able to shoot from ledges matters. It's just these people in the windows. Otherwise, it basically never comes up and is never worthwhile. They give you so many tools in context where, like, they basically don't matter.
Well, I mean, it'll be useful in the multiplayer modes, surely.
Sure.
Yeah. But we, of course, could not make a different boss other than Minigun Man number 35.
Right, that's why I think we should start naming them, because we only had Rat Boy, and then all the other ones just came out as, like, guys, right, mooks. So the last one is probably named O'Shaughnessy, and we'll come up with another one later.
Mouse Lad.
Yeah, there we go.
I was gonna say, like, I think that they're all, like, different rodents.
Yeah.
A rodent and signifier, yeah, I think that's good.
Mr. Capybara.
Right. Oh, that's good. Anyways, goodbye. I'm gonna leave that guy behind. He's okay.
Chipmunk Boy.
So, we're in England now, but I gotta say, we're not really getting a lot of English culture here like we got in China.
Yeah. I mean, and some people, trolls, would say that that's because there isn't a lot of English culture to be had.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, other than all of the stuff that's not English, which is English by association of the English having stolen it from those cultures.
Right, like Indian food, right?
Yeah, also that. Yeah, that's true.
But, like...
Teok was mostly talking about what the English stole from the Danes.
Oh, okay.
Also that.
The Valor.
Yeah?
The European Valor, yeah.
Being Danish used to mean something.
Uh-huh.
It's true. But that's why I actually prepared a fun little fact about England for the, we're a worldwide audience and Let's Play group. But I think that, we just don't have a lot of knowledge about England. So I was looking this up, and it turns out England actually is an anagram, right? Or an acronym. It stands for 7 distinct things about their culture that I wanted to share today.
Also, you can't say these words on television. So
right, these are also the 7 words you can't say on television. I just want to say, you're going to see this film grain for a bit because I'm almost dead. It's the most obnoxious, almost dead filter I think I've seen in a video game. I'm just very upset even looking at this footage again.
And it is managing to get worse. Holy shit.
Right?
Is film grain, part of, England? Is it...
No.
Okay.
No. Here's the English thing. So E stands for England, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a tautology in that way. Mm-hmm. In stands for inhospitable, which is what it's like to live in England.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Alright, Church, you have one more letter to convince me of the word of this bit.
G is for God bless the Queen, because she's dead.
Oh.
They believe that she has the mandate of heaven, but we all know she's going to hell.
Hey. Jesus Christ.
Are we allowed to get political on these episodes?
Yeah.
Sorry, no, that's not political, I promise. L is for London Bridge, but the Fergie song, which eventually was the inspiration for the bridge that they built in London, named the London Bridge.
Mm. This might be the worst bit I have ever heard you say. Keep going.
A is for America, which is England's best friend.
I can't wait for the next 2 points to get somehow worse than what we have already heard.
Why did you do it?
I'm sorry, I have to stop to say, this isn't the man who got us our job. It's possible that we were bamboozled by whoever was pretending to be William Ackers ahead of time.
How the fuck is that A?
Oh, look at you.
Sorry. You're right, I need to get back to it.
A is for Ackers, aka William.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you. I'm glad we have a fucking professional in this group.
Sorry. In the same vein as for Nighy, Bill, celebrated British actor. Though, unfortunately, after playing Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean, he was labeled an enemy of the state for his posthumous crimes against the East India Company.
Jesus Christ. Okay, let's finish this.
I'm sorry, Bob.
I am expecting Jorps to fucking die once you get through the last one.
Unfortunately, it doesn't end at D. It goes all the way to... It also says all the letters of all the cities in England, too.
That's right. And D stands for Doctor Who, English's #1 cultural export. Anyways.
Dr. Hoomst. Dr. Hoomst.
You're right. It is Dr. Hoomstonet. But anyways, welcome back from that long bit. So we found out that the William Ackers that gave us the job is not the real William Ackers, so something fishy is going on. And it's not just the sea around England, the famous English Sea.
With their bland fish in it.
Right. But before we can start looking into that, unfortunately we have to desecrate a museum full of stolen artworks.
Oh no, Squirrel Lad!
I assume they're stolen because they're
Squirrel
English.
Lad.
Yes! That's Squirrel Lad!
I'm just... Man, now I'm like, man, I should write more bits for these. I'm good at half-cocked with improv.
Is this what the cut commentary tracks are for? Is that the kind of stuff that gets pulled out of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
I think for this episode, instead of cut and uncut episodes, you need to have hinged and unhinged.
Yeah. That's probably how it goes. Yeah, I'm gonna edit this commentary into something normal for the cut people.
Yeah, you're just gonna have like it's gonna be like a photosensitivity warning, but like for your ears at the beginning.
Right, warning,
No.
not funny.
No, just turn this into an informational LP.
Yeah. I'm just actually gonna read the English Wikipedia page to make up for my England facts in the uncut commentary.
Yeah, this episode's going up as a screenshot LP.
Yeah.
Sorry, Turks, but now I'm just thinking of the 50 Cent Bulletproof album cover, but it just says not funny on it.
He took a nasty sword swing. You can see the blood splatter, but he's fine. Well, not anymore. I killed him. But you know, it shows the how the English don't give up. You know, they're very powerful and belligerent people.
Right, it's that can-do attitude, which is why the Queen has lasted so long.
That's true. God bless her.
Rest in peace, Prince Philip.
Oh wait, I thought the stuff ended. The
No.
rockabilly
What?
should be done.
No, it's the monkey.
Yeah, it was for the ape. We had more monkey to go, and they wanted to celebrate our good work here.
Man, I would love a prompt in a video game that just said "kill all apes remaining."
So, Turks, now that
Yes.
you have done that England bit, do you feel like some sort of kinship with the monkeys in this game?
Yes, I do feel like I belong in a zoo.
I don't think even that, like, people shouldn't be forced to look at you.
That's probably true. So at this point, we've bought all of the fun abilities for all of our moves, which again, very situational, not going to come up a lot, but now we can just focus on however you make a sword more deadly. We tape a knife to the end of it so that it does 2 cuts at a time.
I like the gall of making you purchase auto-aim reset.
Very funny.
Alright, well, guys, I gotta go. I gotta punch a wall right now.